Hey, all you cool cats and gamers, welcome to No Category Left Behind, the GDQ hotfix show that showcases category extension speedruns. I am your host, Nuclear Reaction, and tonight I've got some great Mario extensions for y'all. We're going to be kicking it off with Mitch Flower Power here with Super Mario Bros. 3, showcasing all forts, which is going to be a fantastic run to watch. But before we get started, I do have some announcements. If you missed out on any GDQ hotfix shows, check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to check out our live shows starting most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And while you're there, as a reminder, the subscriptions and bits for the month of January, minus the amount GDQ has to pay for taxes, will be donated to Prevent Cancer Foundation. Make sure you get those subs and bits, and it goes to charity minus those taxes that we have to pay. Let's get into the run, though. I'm really excited for this. Mitch, why don't you tell us a little bit about all forts? And I'm really curious to know why this is a category extension.
Well, if you thought Warpless had a lot of RNG, well, you're just wrong when it comes to this category. So all forts essentially is beat all the fortresses. There's a couple tanks in World 8 that don't count. Ideally, the first one, and then essentially we were actually talking about this earlier. It's all boom booms. Like boom booms are kind of what classify what is a fort and what's not a fort. So the main objective is do whatever I can, do whatever I want, but I have to do the fortresses and beat Bowser. That's about it. And I have Haxer with me to explain to you all the little things that I'll be doing during my run. What up, Haxer?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, excited for this one. It's been a while since I've seen the all forts, so good luck. He's going to be showcasing some stuff that has changed, probably, if you haven't seen this category since the last time it was run for GDQ. So,
not to mention,
exciting.
Yeah, GDQ did not do what we call wrong warps, and this is going to feature a wrong warp. I have a safety save in case it crashes. We all know that wrong warps like to crash the game. So if it doesn't work, we'll load up a save. We'll make sure we show you all what happens when you do the wrong warp. So that's also exciting. New content.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Whenever you are ready to go, Mitch, go ahead and count us down here.
I am ready. Haxer, do you want to give me the countdown on go from 3?
Yep, sounds good. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Right on. So one of the coolest things here is that in World 1, whenever I beat the first fortress, well, I don't need to do anything else left in World 1, so we get to use a warp whistle. Warp whistles actually have a good purpose.
Yeah, he's taking a little safe here in WUD 1 over what he'd normally do. He usually wouldn't grab the mushroom here, although technically that is the faster route if you grab the leaf in 1-3, but it's not normally what you do in this category. That's more for shorter categories.
Yeah, this isn't world record attempts.
Yeah. But yeah, he wants to do that for a little bit of safety here, because he could miss any one of these jumps off of these Goombas and take a quick death, and he just really wants to get started in his run and not have to worry about that, so...
Yeah, if there's anyone who knows me for my GDQ past, I play World 1 extremely well every time, so... Yeah, that's a lie. I don't. I think some of my biggest mistakes in past runs are normally World 1.
Yeah, it's usually, well, I'm not going to talk about it, but,
yeah, that's my
thing. But yeah, no, doing a little bit of safety there too, kicking the shell at the beginning. Normally he would just hop over that first shell. It's a little tougher as Big Mario, and again, it kind of defeats the purpose of taking a little safe if he's going to be risky there. So just gets out of the level, takes a small time loss, and
yeah, you would never think, but the jump at the start of that level too is like one of the hardest jumps in the game, right?
Yeah, definitely. But he goes for the waffle jump, which I'm surprised about. And does get it, so that's very good.
Yeah, don't ask. My brain, I'm never in control when I do World 1s for events. Why did I go for the orb if I'm not going to go for a jump that's actually safer, right?
Yep, exactly. So yeah, you'll notice he's grabbing these warp whistles, and these are going to be important in this run. He actually is going to warp 4 times in this run to save a lot of time over playing some really long stages. As you can see there, he saved 2 stages, a Hammer Bro, and then the castle as well. good.
Yep.
So.
And if you're asking yourselves, is he going to use a warp whistle to skip the World 4 airship? Yes. Oh, yes, I am. That was the first thing to go. When we routed out this category, remember, that was the first thing we were thinking.
Yep.
How can we skip this auto-scroller? Okay, Haxor, how do you feel about that movement?
That's actually quite good. So, that bro, you absolutely do not want to fight in this category. You don't want any music boxes, actually. They're useless items. So, you do get one at the end of World 3. You can't avoid that because it's a peach letter item. But, yeah, he's going to feel good about that Hammer Bro moving left because it increases his chances of being able to skip it.
So down or left, there we go. We are good.
Yep, he's gonna be guaranteed to skip it here, so that's great.
That's honestly
one of
like
the hardest.
First,
Yeah, that's the.
We both chimed in on this
Oh
game,
man, this is such a huge reset point. You know, normally you'd be like, "Wow, it's just a Hammer Bro." That's the longest Hammer Bro fight in the game.
Ooh.
You know, he loses like 13, 14 seconds fighting that one. So
a little overshoot there.
Yeah, he met the damage boost. To keep P speed and one cycle that room, but unfortunately a little girthy on the jump there.
Yeah.
It does happen. But yeah, also because of this, normally there's a strat in 2-3 he would go for, but I wonder, you're probably going to take it safe here, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm not going for it.
Yeah, so there's the green rocket strat that's been developed using that green shell that he just passed there. That is going to be about half a second faster than what he's doing here, but this is the old school quickest strat there.
The way I kind of look at it is the green shell strat is very easy to mess up, but normally when you mess it up, you have Big Mario or Fire Mario. You can fake it till you make it. But in this category, if you mess it up, you will die, and then then the Hammer Brother moves in your way. And it's just a nightmare. It's not worth it.
And yeah, if PB attempts might be something you'd consider going for because it is a nice time save. But
yeah, and if I go for if I go for a WR attempt in this category, I will definitely switch to the green rocket.
So I know I watch a lot of your streams, Mitch, and I know early hammer is a big thing in this world for I can't think of which category, but I'm assuming that's not a thing here.
Nope, which also makes this category, it continues to be more unique day by day, but even if you get early hammer, you can't use it in this category because you need to use the hammer to get the last warp whistle in this world, the secret one. So yeah, it's if you get it by accident, I mean that really sucks, but whatever, happens. Hammer Brothers.
It's actually a time loss, because the extra movements.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Dude. He does get his hammer here that he needs, and hopefully will not forget to get the whistle. Very important. But yeah, he's got a cool little strat here. This is how he'll re-grab his mushroom there. That is also the backup strat if you were to ever come into this level small in any of the other categories, but it's actually the main strat in this category because of the additional time save in the fortress for damage boost.
Yeah, that's the spikes where I did the girthy jump where I messed up. That was supposed to be much quicker, which would it would entice going for this mushroom grab. Like if I was just gonna mess it up, I would just keep my mushroom. But yeah, you go for the fast strats.
Ideally, the other thing is he would have gotten that hammer and played 2-4 because it gives him a more guaranteed boss pattern. He still should technically, I think, be able to fire kill here, but the patterns get a little weird when you're moving from this side of the screen.
Yeah, I'll see what he does. This is GDQ. Gotta go for the fire kills.
Yeah, at least it's not such a big deal. There is an easy fire flower to grab in the next level, so...
Exactly. Nothing's worse, for anyone who doesn't know, nothing is worse than losing your fire flower at the start of World 5. So, it's okay in World 3 and, this world. But we haven't actually got our fire flower yet, and that's normal for this category. This, again, also very unique. I'm gonna keep pointing out all the unique things about this category.
Yeah, the early game in this category is a little rough because any mistake usually causes you to reset because you're running through a lot of levels small or without a fire flower, and it's not easy to even get mushrooms. So
Yeah, that strat I did in the pyramid, I definitely made it look a lot easier than it is.
But yeah, so I was talking about the boss pattern. So normally you would know what the boss pattern is based on how many movements you got from the Hammer Bro before entering the castle, and then what square you move from. But in this category, since that Whistle Bro can be on 4 different squares, it's really hard to gauge what pattern he's going to get unless he's really familiar with the category. Looks like it's 100% pattern here, so very nice.
I had to go for it.
Yeah,
GDQ
no,
off
great.
screen one grab. We need it.
So yeah, moving into World 3. So he's not going to be using Warp Whistles in these couple worlds here, Worlds 2 and 3, because it actually would take you to the second half of the game for some reason. I'm not sure why it's coded that way for these levels, but it is not for the second half of the game.
Yeah, so if you use a Warp Whistle in World 1, you go to 2, 3, 4. If you use a Warp Whistle in Worlds 2, 3, or 4, you go to 5, 6, 7. Wait, did I say in World 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 2,
that makes sense, yeah. But if you use a Warp Whistle in World 5, you go to 5, 6, 7. And if you use a Warp Whistle in World 6, you also still go to 5, 6, 7. It's very strange. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. Something weird happened with how they coded it.
Yeah, you can do like 120% if you want. Beat World 5, Warp Whistle, go back to World 5, beat it again, then beat the game. Like, yeah.
You could actually beat all of World 6, Warp Whistle back to 5, beat the 2 worlds again, Warp Whistle back to 5.
Yeah, 150%.
But gets a nice P-speed strat here in 3-2. It's
crowd pleaser.
Yep, crowd pleaser definitely, and one of the things you kind of look to in this world to tell you whether or not you're having a good world. So
yeah,
that's definitely the first step there.
Right at the start too.
Yep. Well, and that's good because, you know, hey, do I need to reset or go for door 3 right away, right? So
yeah, I'd hate to get good Hammer Brother RNG first and then mess that level up. That would suck.
Yep, definitely. But yeah, he's gonna have some choices here. So ideally, he actually wants to skip this star, Hammer Bro, and it doesn't really save that much time either way. It's like a couple second difference, but it is moving in his path at the moment. But yeah, so we're either gonna see him fight that brother or that Hammer Bro and not play an extra level, or he's gonna play an extra level and get a secret item, which I'm hoping does happen because it is cool.
We have time if you want to do like a little in-depth explanation of like why Hammer Brothers affect the run so much and like what it is that they're doing that moves. Like what did do the movements mean anything? Do they lose time and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So each time a Hammer Bro moves on the map, essentially just think of it as a half second. So every time they move 1 square, it's a half second. So he moved 2 there, that's an entire second of time that it took. Versus the Hammer Bro not being on the map. So he could have given him a movement of 1 there, and it would have only been a half second versus, 1 second. And so these movements over the course of the run, as you see in every world there are Hammer Bros, it's going to add up to a lot of time potentially.
Mm-hmm. And they can't sit on levels, right? So they have to do...
Yep. And sometimes there's levels than mushroom houses, and they'll move to the mushroom house over the level and give you movements of 4 and weird things like that too.
Yeah, so like a movement of 4 is 1.5 second time loss from an optimal movement of 1. Is it? You'll go to a Mario 3 stream and be like, what did they talk? Movements? What? Like, yeah, Mario's moving, I get it, but what are these Hammer Brothers? And that's kind of what Haxer just explained.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's a lot of time, but it is actually.
It is.
Yeah, between really good RNG and really bad RNG, it could be like 20, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You want to explain the screen scroll there?
Oh, yeah. So, when you do a screen scroll, you actually get 1 frame if the Hammer Bro's on the other side of it to move past the Hammer Bro. However, because he also did a screen scroll, you can actually buffer your overworld movement by just holding the direction you're moving. So that means he automatically does a frame-perfect movement to skip the Hammer Bro there. So that's why it didn't get pulled into the fight. So
yeah.
So it also works on coin chips too, which is weird.
But the Hammer Brother's actually in a really bad spot right now. Was kind of hoping him not to move there because he can move left and down now, which will give me a movement of 3, which optimally is not good. Plus, he might show up in my way, and I'm not going to find out until I screen scroll. Oh, I get the double screen. When does that happen? And I avoided him twice. What? That's incredible.
Pretty crazy.
And he has to
usually
be
doesn't move back.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, he really wants to skip that hammer, bro. It's a star, which is a useless item for him in this run, and so the entire duration of that fight, which is about 12 seconds, you know, optimally is a time.
And now that he's stuck, he won't move because he can't cross beaten levels and he can't cross bait cards. So now he's doing movements of 0, but he's still there. So it's just as optimal.
Yeah, you'll notice he doesn't have the freeze time after the levels, despite the Hammer Bro being alive, and that's because the Hammer Bro has nowhere to move anymore.
Yeah. That's crazy. He has to be on those. There's only 2 tiles, right? The tile that I transferred from left to right, and then that's so silly. That's so awesome. Good job, Hammer Brother.
We kind of skipped over the fact that you got the secret item in 3-7, which this is the only category that you actually get that item. So,
oh my god, I did get it. Oh, I was autopilot.
You did, yep. Yep. So, yeah, it's really cool because it is a cloud, so that will enable him to skip a longer level, which he'll do in World 4.
Mm-hmm. So, I am not going to skip the most ideal long level, because I don't have much of a problem doing 4-3, but I don't like doing 4-4. So I'm going to be skipping 4-4. That just creates a lot of less stress.
Yeah, 4-4 is a much more annoying level. 4-3 is about a second longer, but it's still a pretty good skip. Basically, your 3 best levels to skip in the rest of the run are 4-3, 4-4, and 5-2.
Why don't you use your cloud to skip the fortress?
That's a great question, because we have to complete all of them. You know, even though he didn't fight the Boom Boom in the first fortress, it still counts as a completion because he smashed it.
Right.
Yeah, it is important for him to have Fire Flower here as well for this boss kill more than the others, because Wendy is notorious with all of her
just talk
rings.
about her lipstick and shoes for a sec. And is she going somewhere, or like, she got a date that night?
I've never noticed her shoes before, if I'm being honest.
She's got the high heels and she's got the lipstick. Right? She's got her rings on.
Yeah, I mean, she appears for 2 seconds, and then you fire kill her, and then she flies off. I don't know. She's like, you know, I'm gonna be out of here quick, so.
I guess she didn't like her date with Mario, so. Well, in all fairness, Mario was not nice to her, so. You didn't shoot fire at someone and expect them to hang out. All right, so that's my first music box.
Yeah, and the only one, hopefully, that he will get. So in this world, and he learned the hard way a few days ago, coming back to the category, he has to make sure he grabs the P-Wing.
I need at least one within this world and the next world.
Yeah. So.
And this world, I think, is the hardest one to get. It's just World 5, the odds of only getting one is so low.
Yeah, yeah. And he does the shell strat for P-Speed here, which he's reverting. He did go to the top tier strats, and now that he's got the 100% world record, he's like, nah, I don't need that anymore.
Yeah, so I don't need it anymore. That's right, yeah, went back to safety.
But still very nice there. This is a cool level because for some reason fire killing that Koopa you saw him kill at the beginning despawns the first Piranha Plant, and then grabbing the block will allow him to get past the second. So it allows him to make it through the stage optimally there.
Just go ahead and say it. I'm a dirty despawner.
You are.
Okay, so I have the cloud here.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky if he doesn't cloud there, because that cloud's going to start running away, and he absolutely needs that item. So,
and I can't have it swift swapping with the other hammer because I am still going for good RNG here.
And one of the toughest levels in the game here, doing it without a star, which he doesn't have, even if he wanted to use. comment. Does a great
Hey,
job.
World 3 gave me 2 great opportunities to get a star.
You know, it did. But yeah, he'll have to do 4-4 here. It's not that bad. It's just, you know, he's worried about taking damage because it's not super easy to get fire flowers from this point in the run. And yeah, he's not gonna test this man. Oh, he's gonna go for the super duper swim. Very nice.
Still 281, not bad. So I'm gonna have to music box here and then get an extra Hammer Brother in World, unless they switch, which they did not. Oh,
No,
they're so close to me. So I'm gonna have to get unlucky in World 5. Well, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, gets to play 4-6 here. Doesn't have to worry about Hammer Bros getting in his way either, which is very nice. And he's only got 1 level left in this world because he's not going to play this airship. It is the second longest level in the game. So we actually
People in chat are like, wait a minute, it's not the longest? Because, like, it seems pretty friggin' long.
it's like 1 or 2 seconds shorter than the World 7 airship.
It's just so crazy that, so long. Okay, so, Warp Whistle, awesome.
So yeah, gets to use a second Warp Whistle here, so he's warped twice now. And moving on to World 5. There is a music box in this first level that you'll see people get in Warpless these days, but he's going to skip it here and do this level the old-fashioned way. Well, not exactly the old-fashioned way, but pretty
Yeah,
close.
that was definitely not the old-fashioned way.
So yeah, normally, you know, the old-fashioned way is you don't get P-Speed at the end of that level, but getting P-Speed there does save him half a second or so. So very
Nice little treat.
And doesn't fall in the pit, which is great. Definitely hate to see that here in 5-2. And also gets to do this the old-fashioned way without damage boosting, which is so much nicer, to be honest. Sliding on the hills, so yeah.
These levels were much
actually...
longer when we were kids.
Yeah, right.
Much longer.
So you see him slide on the hills there, it's because sliding speed is actually faster than P-Speed even, but it's definitely faster than walking speed, so...
But it has a double-edged sword, right? You want to explain it?
Yep. Yeah, so to keep that maximum speed value, you actually have to continue to do frame-perfect jumps afterwards. On the first frame, you touch the ground. And every frame you're in contact with the ground after that first frame, you continue to lose speed, so... That's kind of the double-edged sword. That's why you don't see in RTA attempts people do like the slide strat in 1-2, for instance.
Yeah. And again, here, this is where I would want to music box had I got luckier in World 4, but I don't have a choice here. If this is the P-Wing and he moves up, maybe. Okay. So we have a chance here. Everyone spam up in chat. Up, conjure it, make it happen.
Nice.
Thank you. Followed by moving to 4, not nice.
But, you know... He'll take the movement of 4 over the extra hammer, bro. So
that's true.
You can get about, you know, 5 or 6 of those before you start getting upset about it versus the extra bro.
Yeah. Also, as you said, I have the world record 100%, so I'm not allowed to get mad at it. Because you have to get good RNG in that.
This is the one world you got horrible RNG in, though.
Always.
In that run. So, yeah, you were like 8.5 seconds over optimal, which is hilarious.
Which category would you say has the most RNG in it? Because this game has a surprising amount of RNG.
Official category would be Warpless, but unofficial category would be this one.
Okay.
Right? I think?
It depends on how you define RNG. Are we defining, like, the greatest possible time losses? Because, yeah, it's definitely this category. If we're talking about, like, the most possible places you can lose time, it's probably actually 100%.
Yeah, because you do more levels, more Hammer Brother movements. Warpless also has Runaway Bro that messes with you. This category doesn't, right? There's that too. This is weird.
Yeah, and of course everybody's run and 100% is really good. So like, yeah, oh, I played great, but it's like, you know, you're bean counting hammer bro movements to try to beat me more or less.
Yeah, right. You could play perfect but still lose 45 seconds just from
8.5 seconds in World 5 due to bad RNG. World record, you know.
So we want this Hammer Brother. Everyone spam right. We want the Hammer Brother to move right here so we can skip it. Right. Come on. Right. Let's get lucky. If he goes right, then yeah, we seriously got some pretty good Hammer Brothers in this run with combination of World 2, 3, and... No, see, it's listening. They know. They never. You'll never do a run. You'll never do a run that has all the world's good RNG. No, there's always one world that refuses to listen. But we tried.
Yeah, that guy likes to get in your way in this category, and then you know the one in World 6 does as well. So it's pretty tough to escape all of them without fighting at least one, which kind of makes it brutal. I'm pretty sure in the world records, Sakubi actually skipped all of them and got no hands, so that's why that time is so good and so much better than everybody else's, pretty much.
Yeah, flat 43, man. That's a good time.
Yeah, and he had a good wrong warp too, which is, you know, another potential time save. So he's actually gonna whistle here, and this is a change from the old route, which would have played through World 5. But now that we have the extra warp, we actually get to warp our way out of there. So, you know, during the All Forts race, Lhasa was looking into the future when he
did this, yeah.
5. Yeah.
But then when he wasn't able to warp out of World 7, it all came crashing down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would have been an easy win.
Yeah, the Hammer Brother that I want moved up.
So yeah, cool strat here. Big reason why you wanted to keep that Fire Flower all the way through 5 is for this. Double damage boost there, and, you know, barring disaster, he's going to get a nice instant kill on the Boom Boom here. Going to have to wait a second there, but...
That was awkward.
Yeah.
Normally you would just stay down there, right?
Yeah.
But I decided to go back up.
And gets the insta-kill, so... Still worth. And 6-4 here has a really... It's a tight P-speed strat. I'm not sure it's difficult, it's just... and I think he's... Oh, no. Okay, you're like 1 frame late or something on the jump, but it's strange. You can't jump on the first frame you touch that block, that ice block you run off of, because you won't get it, because your P-speed or your P-meter check happens over a gap, right?
Yeah.
So you got to do it on the next frame, which is like 1 pixel over, which then allows it, you know, to occur on land again. And yeah, it's really strange. But,
so I wanted that Hammer Brother, don't want this one though. I have an extra music box though, in case he gets in my way, which he might. That's actually pretty good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So you won't have to fight him, at the very least. Yeah, you went for the quick kill on the Hammer Bro there. You know, playing a little risky.
I actually died on that quick kill earlier today, so I was a little worried about that.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one where when you hesitate, that's when you die. You just have to be like, no.
Yep, you gotta be confident in your movement,
yeah.
For sure. So, he did get in my way, very nice. That's actually not bad.
No.
Getting that music box in World 5, right? That's kind of one or the other kind of thing.
Yep, you're guaranteed to fight 1 extra in this run regardless of what happens, so... So yeah, gonna stop the Boom Boom here. One of the few in the game that actually gets stopped. And he's gonna be taking damage in 6-8 here in order to do a wall jump in 6-9.
Yeah, I definitely have to wall jump in 6-9.
Yeah, he just uses that block to prime his P speed at the beginning, and the rest of the level just lines up, so he gets both the H jumps there. That's the big H. And does remember to take damage, which, you know, technically you can wall jump as Big Mario, and there is a setup for it, which is kind of nice, but, you know, retries are tough.
Oh, Hopefully it works out. Nice.
That was all for the correct subpixel.
We needed it.
So yeah, gets that first try, very nice. That's one of the big sticking points in the run. One of the first, outside the Hammer Bros, of course. And
There is a
now
subpixel manipulation where you can get wall jump first try every try. It's very complex, but you can't use it in this category.
Yeah, it requires you to star in 6-8, which ideally you don't get in this category.
Yeah, I haven't got 1 star yet, so even if I wanted to use one, nope.
Yeah, even this level has a nice floor clip that could save 7 seconds for him, but super risky as Small Mario, so we don't go for it. But yeah, if you were Big Mario going in this level, you would take a shot at it, of course. And yeah, he'll get to re-grab his mushroom on this airship here, which it's important, but it's probably less important than it used to be, I guess.
Wait, if I don't have a star...
You gotta do Fast 7 too.
What? I didn't practice Fast 7 too. Since when do I not get a star in this category?
Yeah,
because I got
ideally
lucky
you don't
in
get a
5.
star. Yeah, you probably never got lucky before this run, so...
No, I didn't. I kept using a star and so... Alright, so you guys are going to see something very unexpected from me. It's either going to make or break the run. I'm very good at this strategy. It's just... It's a practice-heavy strat, so we'll see.
Yeah.
The good news is that I know how to do it.
Yeah, and the version you have to do is a little more difficult than normal
Awkward,
as well.
yeah.
But,
Ooh, I almost just
you
ran.
should be able to get it. Yes.
Why did I do?
So yeah, normally he would be worrying about clipping 7-1 in every other category of this game. But in this one, you know, we don't care about clipping 7-1, so we don't care about our subpixels.
Yeah, I feel so free on this boss. I love it, dude. I make sure I like jumble around, don't have to worry about it. Yeah, and every other run, yeah.
Yeah, then you get to the end of World 7 and you're like, aw, it would have been so much easier to just clip this level.
Yeah, so what does chat think? Do you guys think this category should be left behind in category extensions, or do you feel that this category is unique enough that it should be a part of the main 4, making it the 5th? Interested to see what people think.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a unique category that at one time was on the main leaderboard, but was removed. So
we're not going to spoil anything in this world, but you're going to see something very weird right away. Right away, you're going to see something weird. What? Why? Why would you cloud that level so fast? You clip it. You'll find out. You'll see.
Oh
All
yeah,
right, wish me
that
luck.
one we'll need later on. And he gets it, so very nice there.
I needed that desperately.
Yeah, I was just thinking too, I was like, oh, we could have had you play the end card and just get a Fire Flower too.
Right? Or star.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bitrate is dropping just a little bit. I apologize for that. It's staying normally decently high, but it's having a little choke. So we're okay though.
But yeah, it gets kind of a nice breather here with some free levels anyway. This one's just, you grab P-Speed and you just P-Speed your way through, not too dangerous unless you really miss one of your jumps. And he gets to skip the worst level.
I know you mentioned this used to be a main category. Why did it move from a main category to an extension category?
I want to say, I'll let Haxer say it, but it never actually really was officially a main category.
Okay.
And Haxer can kind of explain that.
Yeah, it was kind of a trial run, and then at the end of it, it was moved, and it's not really clear why. It's just people felt like it shouldn't be a main category is kind of the gist of how the conversation went.
That's
yeah,
fair.
It's I don't know. It's in a really weird spot for sure.
So hard on that second press. Why? The first one looks so good.
So he is trying to do a sub-pixel manipulation there in order to be able to clip this level first try. So unfortunately, he didn't move right for some reason. So was unable to get it there. Had a probably too large of a sub-pixel.
Yeah, I moved, and then I was like, okay, I'll tap, but I moved pretty hard again. So now we're in RNG land, essentially. The game will tell me when it lets me, and it told me.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate too, because that there's a huge range of subpixels where that actually works. So he kind of got a little unlucky in a way.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go a little silly here, because I don't have a star. I don't ever expect to not have stars, so I'm actually gonna go for 7-7, which could technically save me time, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is technically the faster level if you can get the clip here. And that is a gigantic if, because this clip is awful. We'll just put it that way.
It is very awful.
Yeah, even if you hit the right spot, you gotta have the right combination of, and he gets it there. He's gonna lose a bit of time, but
not much though.
Not too much. You know, maybe like 5 seconds or so, 10 seconds.
That didn't look too bad for a clip that you said is difficult.
Right, and that's the deceiving part.
Yep. And then he could, try it again, and he could time out in that level. It's just, it's really strange. Yeah, he's gonna go for another clip at the end of this level, and he's gonna want to pick up a fire flower as well that he will use in this next level and beyond. Doesn't get the clip there. That one's a little awkward just based on where you jump. Where you want to jump is actually kind of over that gap, so you have to jump before the gap, and you have to do this weird, like, small flick jump in order to not bonk on the ceiling. But he makes it out of there pretty good time. Got his fire flower, that's the important part.
So, the last fortress? No more warp whistles either.
Yeah, and this is one of the coolest levels in the game, too, in both, fire and hammer suit strats. As you can see, getting some nice P-speed at the beginning there, taking out those piranha plants in his way. And gonna do some stomps here, these dry bones, and keep his P-speed through that section, which is probably harder than the first section, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice fortress there. That is one of the hardest levels in the game.
Whoa, where am I going? What? What's going on here?
So yeah, you've probably never seen anyone use this pipe in a speedrun. But you're going to see that today. And you're also going to see someone enter an end card, which is probably something else you've never seen someone do in a Mario 3 speedrun. Outside of, the co-op run, of course. But
wait, we're going back to this level? What? Everyone knows this level, and y'all know why I'm here. Don't act like you don't.
So yeah, you probably think he's gonna complete the game.
Nope, there's Fortress and World 8 we gotta do. Ooh. I mean, Haxer already knew that. I was telling you, Chad. Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna do something really interesting here that really changed this category forever when it was implemented. So yeah, basically everything that happened before 2019 was immediately obsolete once this, came into existence because everybody beat the former world record. So he's trying to pause buffer here to kill this shell while holding it. And you can only do that with a pause buffer. And it's really important to set up his memory values correctly in order to execute this. So that's why he was killing the shells in particular locations.
Yeah, you cannot let go of a shell and shoot it at the same time. So you press pause, let go of B, press start, repress B. It's very annoying. All right.
And yeah, had good luck with the clip into the pipe there.
Oh.
And of course.
Hey, try it again though.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Like at all?
No, it won't work. You'll have to load the. Yeah.
Has anyone ever seen that? It took me. What's that?
Yeah, you might actually have to hard reset even. I don't know why, but so okay.
What hard reset load state? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why this is. There are things that happen over the course of the run that can make it so you can never do it, and we don't really know what it is because not enough, exploration has been done into that, and I'm not sure if we can even figure out what it is because you play so much of the game. But let's get to do another attempt here. This is why we have the save state, because it's kind of a volatile trick.
Yeah, we definitely want to show you. We want to showcase no category left behind, right? Look, no hands.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure if this might work because it might reset the memory.
Guys. So if I do have to reset, I can just reset load stage. I'll hard reset. I'll power out.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Hey.
I got a weird one, but I got it. Look, so it took me to World 8, and I can scroll past the tanks. I don't have to fight them, but there's a lock here. So luckily, there's a pipe here. You go in the pipe, come out of the pipe, boom. Skip the first tank, go right to the... It's like the coolest trick ever.
Yeah, so he basically skipped like 4 minutes in levels with that. Because he skipped the entire airship at the end of World 7. He skipped the Piranha Plant. And then he skipped that first tank, which is, the longest, stage that isn't an airship in the game.
Yep. Very cool trick, but it's like 30 minutes in, right? 40 minutes in, it's rough. And you still have to get no hands. Like, the hands are still a factor here.
Yep, and as I mentioned, it can just fail. You can do everything right, and it just won't work. And your run's just over, so...
Yep.
Yeah, more RNG.
That's after you just got lucky with all the Hammer Brothers, right?
Yep.
I think that's the worst part. Like, I don't mind the wrong warp. I don't mind hands. I don't mind messing up at a level. I mind getting the best Hammer Brothers and then getting hands, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you do all of that. You get to World 8 here, and you get 3 hands.
Yep. I still think it's harder to get most optimal Hammer Brother movements than it is to get no hands.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone's ever gotten all the optimal worlds.
Right? Good movements, no extra bros. All right, everyone pick. How many hands? 1, 2, or 3? How many are we gonna get? I'm gonna guess 1. 1's pretty safe guess.
1 or 2, that's the safe guess right there. And he gets the first one because it's the first hand. Yep.
Yeah. Catch him,
but it's an easy hand with Fire Flower, thankfully. And he's got 2. All right.
Ooh, I almost went for the full big jump. That would have been disastrous. Ooh.
Yep.
So I did a turn back there. I tried to do P-meter manipulation to get P-speed in this level, which, the level really does not want you to get P-speed, but I tried.
50-50 on the third, and he gets the third one, so...
No.
Yep.
This is the problem with the category. Everything can go right, and then you get here, and you lose a minute.
Yeah. Warpless is... I don't know. I think Warpless is a little more damaging to your soul, because it's like you got all the clips right, you got all the good Hammer Brothers. This category is just kind of silly, get to the wrong warp, hope it works.
Yeah, this category, you just kind of expect that, you're never going to have everything go right in a run. Warpless, it can actually happen until the hands, and then you get to the hands, and then, of course,
it's more often to people in Warpless than I would assume this category. There's lots of people I've watched who are they're just on a juicy PB. They're ahead by a minute. They have a 53, their potential 51, all 3 hands. They get a 54.
But yeah, this level here actually moves twice as fast as a normal airship as well, so cool little piece of trivia there. And as such, for some reason, it makes your fireball trajectory really strange. It's more like straight downward.
Mm-hmm. All right, again, no star because I didn't fight the first tank, which is fine. I'd be a little stressed if it was Hammer Suit, but it's not so bad.
Yeah, you can always get another Fire Flower in the fortress, so taking damage isn't a big deal, but not ideal. And he does get the fast strat there, so very nice.
My little left-right master there.
Yeah. This is a notorious Mario 3 stage. It's really, I don't know, it's kind of like a normal stage, but you play so many minutes of auto-scrollers in a row that it kind of gets people out of rhythm, maybe, and you see people mess up on it a lot more than they probably should.
It's true.
That and the pressure.
The rhythm of Warpless has that as well. Like this category has a whole different feel because the rhythm is just like you go from World 4 to World 5, and World 4 is fast, and then World 5 is really fast, but it's got that 2-minute break. The big feeling difference. I wish I had a star. Go for Bowser's Basement. You know, gotta get that. Gotta get that at a GDQ.
Hey, you can go back and play that first tank if you want. You've already played all the hands.
Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up. True, I did, yeah. Oh, man. Can I just get this star right here and carry it over or something?
And the final boom boom of the game right there. So he has completed, well, no, actually there's one more. I guess the final fortress level.
Yep.
He does have one more boom boom, which he has to play anyway. So whether or not you think it's a fortress, it doesn't matter.
So if boom booms are required in this, as like the official, it applies to a fort, does that make Bowser a boom boom?
Well, I think you just beat the game after you complete all the forts,
Yeah.
right? And it's just the fastest way to beat the game is just go beat Bowser.
I'm trying to be a stinker.
It's so interesting because you see speedrun categories where it's like, okay, grab, like Odyssey, grab all purple coins. As soon as they grab the last purple coin, that's time. But then this, you have to go finish the game, so it's so arbitrary. But it's interesting to see what rules everyone comes up with.
Yeah, so if we finish the game on this last Boom Boom and didn't fight Bowser, that would be a one-way step to guaranteeing that it never reaches the official category, like the leaderboard. That is like the number one thing with the Mario 3 community is that like when you do categories, you gotta finish, you gotta finish the game. Or else it's not a speedrun, you gotta get it done.
It just doesn't, and you're so close to Bowser, like that would just feel so weird.
Yeah, we'll let him live.
Time on the orb grab.
No, don't do it. Wait, that's actually a good idea. That might be the only way I could beat Zikaby. Yeah, give me the time on the orb grab. Save that minute. So if I had a star, I would go in that door right there, and I'd showcase like what you do in the any % no wrong warp run. But I don't, so sorry. I just like teased you guys with it, but you never get the treats.
Hey, the clip actually worked.
It did.
It seems like it should be free, but it isn't. I swear, sometimes you just cannot get it. It just
Sometimes it
won't
like
allow
pushes
you
you out too. Like you're in, and then you
Yep.
just like left click.
And hi, Bowser. And 35 fireballs later. Goodbye, Bowser. And time is on when he enters the door here. So this door is really strange, and a lot of people don't know this, a lot of new runners don't know this, but you can hold up.
Yeah, I'm just holding up right here.
Yeah. And you'll enter it on the first frame possible.
But if I'm in a level where I'm holding up and I run past a door, I won't go in it. So it's weird.
Yep.
There you go, everyone. That's all forts. We didn't have to worry about Runaway Bro. We had to worry about every single Hammer Brother. That sucks. We got all 3 hands. We did a wrong warp. We did 7-7 clip. We did a 7-6 clip. We did fast 7-2. We did a wall jump. Very fun category. Very silly. Lots of weird stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That was super interesting. yeah, I've definitely never have seen that wrong warp before, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah,
So GG.
Mario 3 has so much little tiny knowledge that applies to like all these little things, and like if you don't sit down and like watch a stream or watch a run where people are explaining it, like you miss so much of the game. So I'm happy that Haxer and I were able to share with everyone in chat all these little things. So if you want to watch more All Forts, and I'm actually going to be going for Riff World Record as well, come on down to my stream, twitch.tv/MitchFlowerPower. Guys, make sure you give me a follow, go for the world record. I'll try and Bob Sickaby. I don't know if I can do it, and maybe we can work towards getting this on the official leaderboard. Yeah, but you'll never know if you don't follow me, right?
Yeah, I think there's enough changes that 42 can happen, and there's some stuff that you can do in World 7 to save additional time. It's clips. It's always clips, and it sucks. So.
42 can definitely. I mean, we made the biggest mistake by saying a record can't be broken. We know Mario 1 exists.
But yeah, no, this is a great category. 4 warps there. Only category that has 4 of them, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, we warp 4
interesting.
times. That's right. We warp 4. Well, because you have 100%, so you don't warp. You got warpless. I mean, the name.
You don't warp.
Yeah, and then any percent no wrong warp. That one is just get to World 8 with the 2 warp whistles at the start, and then any percent, right? So this category is very, very unique. It sucks, but it's awesome. It's got this weird combo.
That was a really cool category. So yeah, chat, if you haven't already, please go give Mitch a follow. I posted his link a few times in chat. Lot of Super Mario Brothers 3. Super fantastic player at this game, if that wasn't obvious by today's run. So please go give him a follow. Also want to let Haxor plug himself as well, because I know he does a lot of Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, he's actually working on a couple things in the shadows. Why don't you tell us about that, Haxor?
Yeah, I've been running warpless to try to get a sub 51, and then potentially be done with that category forever, because pushing it beyond that requires early hammer, which kind of isn't the most fun. But yeah, that's what I've been working on is warpless, and we'll continue to do those runs periodically too. It's been like 3 years since I got a no hands PB in that category, so it'd be nice to at least get one.
Unfortunately, the game does not care. So it might give you another 3 years.
Yep.
The game decides when.
Yeah, go check out Haxor. We both do like randomizer tournaments, and we hang out, and we do Mario 3 a lot and stuff like that. And we're always together at like events and stuff like that. So if you give me a follow, you got to give him a follow. But if you give him a follow, you got to give me a follow too.
It's the law. Make sure
it's the law.
Make sure you follow them both.
Also, if you follow on Twitch, you have to subscribe on YouTube as well.
Oh, don't forget about that. The YouTube stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me. I had a lot of fun. The best part was getting to teach everyone who didn't know things about Mario 3 things about Mario 3. That was awesome. Thank you, GDQ. And yeah, I'm so excited, guys. Don't forget, GDQ is starting when? The 9th, right?
The 9th. Yep.
Yeah, Sunday. So don't forget about that. So
less than a week. So make sure, you stick around. Yeah, we're gonna chat. We're all gonna take a quick little wellness break here. Make sure to get up and stretch. Afterwards, we're gonna have our next runner on doing Mario Kart Wii one-handed. So you don't want to miss that. Lot more high-level gaming coming up here. Just a reminder, as Mitch said, AGDQ 2022 will be starting January 9th. Visit GamesDoneQuick.com for more information and detailed dates on the event. Thank you all so much. Thank you again, Mitch.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see y'all in a bit.
Yep. Have a good one, everybody.
Welcome back to No Category Left Behind, the GDQ hotfix show that showcases category extension speedruns. I'm your host, Nuclear Reaction, and tonight with me, I've got Rox here to show Mario Kart Wii 32 tracks, but with only one hand, which I'm really excited to see this. There should be some real hot game in here. But before we dive into that, I do have a few announcements. If you missed out on any GDQ hotfix shows, check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick to check out our live shows starting most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And while you're there, as a reminder, the subscriptions and bits for the month of January, minus the amount GDQ has to pay for taxes, will be donated to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Also, AGDQ 2022 will be starting January 9th. Visit GamesDoneQuick.com for more information and detailed dates on the event. Without further ado, I'm going to toss it over to Rox, and I want to ask, what got you into wanting to run this game with one hand?
Yeah. So that's a good question. I'm not really sure. I've always loved this game. I've been playing this game forever now, really, since it came out. And I just saw like on the leaderboards, like the categories announcements, like one-handed, like that sounds cool. I'll try it out. I originally tried it just like not really with a Wii wheel, but just like using this, just like going like yeah. But that's lame and boring and doesn't work as well. So I switched it to using a GameCube, and I'm gonna, as soon as I start, I'm gonna switch the camera down so you can see my inputs, obviously to make it legitimate. But in terms of like, I don't know, doing it one-handed, I don't recommend it. It's very painful. Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. We're gonna show off some really cool glitches that people might not think is possible with one hand. They are. They're just a lot harder. And yeah, I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah,
whenever.
I'm a big fan of when gamers like to take, you know, especially speedruns, and just amp up the challenge. So I think this will be a great demonstration of that. So whenever you're ready to count us down, we're ready to get started.
All right, sounds good. First thing, I do want to explain a few things. These are the rules that I'm going to be playing on. I'm just in the versus mode. 150cc with hard CPUs. And strategic items. That is important. I'll explain why soon enough. And then we're going to be using Funky Kong and the Flame Runner. And with me is my lovely co-commentator, Taco Wako. Would you like to explain why we use Funky Kong and the Flame Runner?
Absolutely. So the main reason we want to use a heavyweight character in this game is because they have access to the Flame Runner, which is by far the fastest, well, it's not the fastest vehicle, but is the fastest inside drift vehicle. And inside drift is crucial to saving time in this game. And of the heavyweight characters, Funky Kong is the fastest, so most people go with him for speedruns.
Yep. And we use the Flame Runner because of its drift ability. It can drift super like far inside, and rather than the Spear, which is technically the fastest bike, but if you want to turn, which we'll be doing a lot of turning, it's not the best. But yeah, let's get started in 5, 4, 3, wait, no, never mind. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're starting in Mushroom Gorge. Oh, I need to shoot. Oh no, I forgot to switch the camera.
I was like, oh
I'm already
no.
losing time. Hold on. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay, this is actually fine because I have to sandbag for mushrooms. So run a strategic items.
Behind the CPUs anyway.
Yeah. Taco, would you like to explain strategic items model?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
So what's special about strategic items is typically when you're in last place or lower places, you'll tend to get a bunch of different items like bullet bills or golden mushrooms or triple mushrooms. But with strategic items, you will always only get triple mushrooms whenever you are back behind. And that's perfect for doing a lot of glitches that you typically only need one mushroom for, that you want to do several times.
Yes, and we're starting on Mushroom Gorge because it's easily the hardest glitch I do in this run. You're gonna see me pause buffering here, just so I can move my hand around the controller, and hopefully this happens. Nice, and that counted the lap. Unfortunately, I failed the first time, so it didn't actually save time. But I caught up, which is good, and I'm gonna go for it again because I'm behind and I want to win the race, and I can. So we're gonna do it. The way this glitch works is that the checkpoint system in this game is kind of whack, as a few of you know. I just wanted to wait for Berto to go by there. And no, this is bad. I'm really low. Maybe. Oh my god, that worked. I'm so surprised I saved that. All right. I'll go for it one more time. And so the checkpoint systems in this game It's very weird. The way the checkpoint system works is that the one in front of you and the one behind you is loaded. So if you can find a way to get from the one you're in, not go through the one in front of you, but go to the one behind you without going through anything else. King Boo, why would you do that to me? Okay, I need to go before Bowser Jr. gets here. This is bad. I don't know if I can say this. Don't fall! No! No! Okay. Usually this goes a lot better. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I got this check with the glitches. That's my goal. That was my goal. And I can still pull off the win if I get this right now. But basically what we're doing is we're going around this mountain. Please stop being stuck. Please. 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 Please, Funky Kong. Please, Funny Monkey Dude. That's unfortunate. Okay. So we're going around the mountain, going from the checkpoint right in front of the finish line to the checkpoint at the very end of the run, or end of the race. I have to make this like right now. And I didn't get the pause. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So this is off to a horrendous start, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. The good news about Mario Kart Wii is that you don't actually need to win the race.
I was just about to ask.
Because you can just continue on to the next run. The goal is just to get through all 32 tracks.
Obviously faster if you win, but not,
yes, it is
not the
faster
end
if
of
you
the world.
There's an actual theoretical lowest time you can do, which is just like losing all the races and letting the CPUs, you know, decide what happens to you. So you're at the mercy of the CPUs, depending on how fast or slow your run is. And it's very funny. You just sit there and wait while the CPUs go around. But yeah, here. Ow, that's not the word I wanted to say. But here on Toad's Factory, no crazy glitch that we can do with one hand. There is one, but you'll catch me dead before trying to attempt it with one hand. And basically what you do is you clip a box and you go like through halfway across the level or something. It's pretty crazy. But it's super precise, super timing based, and it is super difficult. And super not worth going for it. Even in a regular speedrun, people won't like go for that. I chose the skips to do in this run based on if they're done in the actual like the regular skips run, for full game, but you know, I had to try them out one hand to see if they're doable. And surprisingly, a lot of them are. We're going to be going for every skip in this run that's in the regular two-handed run, aside from Maple Treeway, because those who know the Maple Treeway glitch, yeah. It might be doable. I haven't really tested it too much. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that you'll see
Anyway,
rocks in this one are
of,
already significantly harder than would typically be expected in a race.
For sure. Nice banana, dude. There's a little cut I can do at the end here called the lake clip, or lake cut, not clip. Tricking on this controller, which is on the deep. I bounced over that, dude. But tricking and then turning on the same time with this controller is borderline impossible. Like, I have to, like, do this. It's hard to say, but I have to do this, like, weird setup with my fingers. And it's already painful, so... yeah. So we're moving on to the Flower Cup.
Oh, sorry. Even if you're playing this game two-handed, it's already really challenging to trick and turn at the same time. And that's with two hands, so it's just significantly more challenging on one hand.
Very much so.
You already need to kind of claw your grip if you're doing it two-handed.
Yeah. So we're in Mario Circuit. There's a glitch you can do here where you clip a tree. No, I'm not going for it. But I will go for this thing. Oh, my angle sucks. That kind of worked. If you get a mini turbo there, you can boost, like, wheelie off the lip of the ramp, or lip of, like, the off-road, like where the road meets the off-road, land on the ramp, and you get... it saves, like, time. It's not worth it, but it's fun. So, you know, I go for it. This category isn't very competitive. Me and one other person run this, so, you know what? There we go. It's supposed to look like that. And then you get your boost from the trick when you get back on the main road. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, clean Mario Circuit so far. Not too much going on in Mario Circuit. It's just, you know, if I pull a shell, I can theoretically snipe the Goombas who can give me a mushroom. The chance of me pulling off any... Really? That can happen when you do this. The chance of me pulling off any snipes on anything with any hands, any amount of hands, I could have like 8 hands. I'd never be able to hit it. Definitely not the most feasible thing in the world. Anyway,
I have a question
next
from
up.
chat asking, has anyone tried this with motion controls?
Yes. So a few people run this like you doing only the cups. Like they do a flower cup run or a leaf cup run. And they all do it with motion controls. And they usually use like a cart or something with automatic drift. I find it most easier to just this way. I don't know, it's just what I'm used to. But anyway, this is Coconut Mall. This is where things are starting to get serious. This is the Coconut Mall glitch. And it's very precise, and hopefully I can get it.
You gotta line up on this particular part of the elevator railing and aim your head towards the right side of those 2 red arrows. And if you're lucky, you'll clip into that wall, and then you can drive back to the beginning of the track and do a lap count glitch.
Yes. I really hope I got this one, because this one's really cool.
It's really cool, but it's very precise.
It's super precise. I have to wait until I'm just about to fall off to Shroom. Oh, I almost restarted like I'm in a time trial. That's fine.
That can also happen. You can
Luckily
just fall through.
There's
But
an item
luckily,
box
this is
there.
another benefit of strategic items. Any item box you get back here, it'll give you triple shrooms.
Yep. Now I gotta slow down again. It's too far to the left that time. So I have to go in between where I was. Usually I like to aim for like the right over that, like the top right, the very right of the top of the sign. There we go.
Perfect.
Fair try, not too bad. So yeah, now we just clipped out of bounds. We're under the mall,
It's kind of underbound.
and now we're in the parking lot. We're gonna drive through these cars. Don't do this at home or in your local mall. I didn't get the lap count. That's interesting. That's fine though. There's a very, I don't know, specific route you kind of have to take through the cars. I'm going a lot wider than I'm supposed to be, but that's fine. That didn't count either, and I'm out of bounds. Okay, I hope I can get a lap count. Usually... So this is kind of interesting. This should work. Yeah. I don't know why it wasn't working earlier. That was really weird.
So now instead of going the whole way
Yeah.
around the track, you just need to go around the parking lot to count a lap.
Yep. And we go through this very specific route of cars to count the lap. And basically what we're doing... I really just did that. And basically what we're doing is going around the checkpoints. And it's really hard to explain. The checkpoints in this game are incredibly confusing. Task Malio, who's a great tasker. I'm getting 8th using the glitch. I cheated and I got 7th. Made a great video on how it works. And yeah, shouts to him for doing the impossible and explaining something that I would never be able to do. Anyway, that was our visit to the Coconut Mall. We went and bought some snow stuff because right now we're in DK Summit or DK Snowboard Cross. I don't know how to say it. Snowboard Cross, right? I burned out. Anyway, this track, it doesn't have, well, it does actually. It has a, semi-recently discovered an ultra shortcut, but I'm not going for it because it's like not RTA viable, even with, you know, as many hands as you want. But however, I am going for a strat called the double, which is very precise, very difficult, and it's gonna be even harder with CPUs. I haven't even, usually not in, you know, the middle of the pack. Okay. Mushroom. No. I was close.
There's this figure 8 here.
I didn't have enough speed in
Not
the
really
middle
figure
there.
8, but
Yeah.
there's this S shape here that you typically have to drive the whole way around. But if you drive off with the right angle and the right speed, you can skip both of them.
And those are clean zippers.
That's why it's called double.
Zippers are fairly difficult to optimize. Whoever that was, Baby Mario just had a 6-snipe on Bowser Jr. there. Let's go to Baby Mario. Yeah, let's try it again. We got King Boo in front of us. Alright, so I have to slow down here. Yeah. He tried to back red me? No. There we go. And we just skipped the entirety of the half pipe. That was super clean, actually. Funnily enough, I've gotten better at doing that cut one-handed than I have with 2. And you have Mushroom is that if you lose time, you just use it, instantly speed up.
I'm not actually sure if there are blue shells in strategic items.
No, there are
aren't.
none. Another good thing about strategic is that there's no blue shells, no lightning.
Yeah,
I don't think there are thunderclouds, nothing like that. And red shells are also super rare, which is good because, as you can imagine, holding an item back with one hand, while also, driving, I didn't get a drift. Not the most easy thing in the world. Whatever, still got a good respawn.
I got the startup boost as well. If you
Yeah.
press A just as you land, you'll come back to almost full speed immediately.
Okay. So that wasn't amazing, but you know what? Good enough. We'll take it. Gotta show off the double, and that's cool. Next up, we got Wario's Gold Mine. And Gold Mine, we're gonna be doing another ultra shortcut. When I said the Flower Cup was jam-packed with a bunch of... I need to skip the cutscene. Strats, I wasn't lying. There's a lot. So I'm going to purposely be slowing down. I'm going to have to drive the first lap before I do the actual cut itself. But yeah, so I need to get the triple shrooms. But yeah. Another thing I should mention about this game, or really this speedrun in general, is that it's done by in-game time. So as you can see in the top right, there's a timer. The in-game time is all of those times combined. So really the real time isn't really too much, so you can spend as much time as the menu as you want. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. I think there's also a penalty just for amount of time you spend not in a race.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
ask,
entirely
wouldn't
sure
that
what it is.
let
Yeah.
runners go and
I think for every 15 seconds you get 1 second added on. Anyway, here's the glitch. Luigi. No, Waluigi. Dang. They're out to get me today. Bowser Jr., Donkey Kong. Okay. I got scared there. Who's in last? Oh, Birdo. Poor Birdo. Anyway.
So for this,
you see the pipe resistance?
glitch, you would line up with one of these rocks and try and bounce off of this pipe. And
Yep.
you're aiming for this respawn here. And what that'll do for you is the game thinks you drove this entire next lap. So Rock's is going to get this lap count and be on lap 3 now.
Yep, and yeah, the reason we have to drive backwards after we hit that is because the checkpoint is actually behind us. We have to go back, hit the checkpoint, and let Lakitu know, hey, we're actually over here. We didn't cheat, I swear. So that's what we do, and it works, and I'm really glad it works. It's really cool, and I'm glad I got the first try.
Yeah, the sheer number of tracks in this game in which a shortcut that entirely abuses the checkpoints in this game has been found is pretty incredible. And there's only more, even 12, 13 years after the game's release, there are still ultra shortcuts being found by people like Task Malio and the entire task community of this game.
The entire task community is absolutely correct. Shout out to the entire task community. Definitely check them out on YouTube, for sure. Shout out to the entire MKW community, still going strong 7 years later. And really all that is thanks to CTGP, which I'm not playing on. I'm playing on the vanilla version of the game. But, Talk, if you want to explain what CTGP is.
Absolutely. So
please do so.
CTGP is an online service that keeps Mario Kart Wii Online possible this far in the future, even after Nintendo has discontinued the service. So nowadays, people are still playing online all the time. There's over 200 custom tracks, and the entire modding community alongside that is just incredible. There's so much going on with this game even today, almost 20 years later.
They've absolutely, like, shouts to Mr. Bean, 35,000 VR, and Chatter too for inventing CDGP, which added a whole bunch of new game modes, a bunch of new custom tracks, as Taka mentioned. Weem and Lazarati for inventing WeemFi, which allows not just MKWii, but a bunch of other old Wii games, such as, like, Brawl, Mario Strikers Charged, you know, any other online, not every, but a lot of the online Wii games are still able to be played online to this day, which is really cool to see. And the community is just bigger and better because of it. Like, there's still competitive like Mario Kart Wii tournaments, like in the lounge or in the clan war scene. And even still casually, people pick up this game and play it just like online, you know, with their friends, host a friend room. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of new game modes. They had a 200cc, you know, just to make this game even faster. Because why the heck not? They added something called Item Rain, where items can fall from the sky, because why not? They completely changed the battle mode to something called Countdown, because, once again, why not? And, yeah, just a whole bunch of improvements, even to, like, the time trial scene, which, yeah, like, even in the 2020s, the time trial scene is as active as it's ever been this long after the release. So shoutouts to everyone in the MKWii community keeping the game alive. Anyway, that was Days of Circuit. Nothing happened really of note. It actually went really well. This is Koopa Cape. This is a very difficult one-handed. I'm gonna go for the strat I really should not be going for. And some worked a little bit. That wasn't awful.
Yeah, no, that definitely saved.
Yeah. That one's really finicky.
Now something interesting that
this game has
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, going down that pipe, you might have seen that Rox held his mini turbo. That's so that when he gets to the bottom, he can release the mini turbo and go straight into a wheelie at max speed.
There's a ton. This game, I'm not really explaining it because I'm more focusing on the one-handed aspect. But there's a lot of super cool little minor speed tech in this game to let you go faster. Like, for example, I just did a soft drift where I hold an angle on my joystick, and it's like the same amount of... I'm not going for that. It's like the same amount of time for your mini turbo to be released as a full hard drift. But even if you're just like on the or slightly left, you can do like a slider drift, but still have the mini turbo come out on the same amount of time as a harder drift. And that is like one of the super minor things that you really never notice. And
yeah, the amount of tech that this game has is probably part of what has helped keep it alive for so long.
Absolutely. And so I'm focusing here because this is Koopa Cape is really technically heavy. I messed up all strats I could have intended to go for there, so improv.
For being one-handed, this is super impressive, though. I keep looking at your game feed and forgetting that this is even one-handed. So, big props to you for that.
It took a very long time to not use the other hand. Right now I'm straight up just sitting on my other hand. Because, just to not use it. Like, every time I want to use it, I just like, oh yeah, I'm sitting on it. Yeah. Next up, Maple Treeway. Yeah, it's Maple Treeway. I don't know. Everyone loves this one. This one's very difficult one-handed. Just because of the amount of like super tight turns And basically the more complex these tracks get, the more difficult they get one-handed. I guess the more difficult they get in general, like even with two hands. So I guess that makes sense. But it's fine.
Yeah, this is also the track that that has an ultra shortcut that can typically be performed in a speedrun, but it might be feasible, but it's much more challenging one-handed, so it will not be attempted here.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll incorporate it. Alright, nice. Yeah, that was worth it.
A red shell on strategic.
Nice red.
Yeah.
That was a great strat. Run into the banana, almost get ready to go to a complete standstill to pull out the banana.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how much more
You know
tame the CPUs all are on strategic items. They're not bombarding you with blue shells every 10 seconds.
Okay, that got me down to third. That might give me a shroom. Okay. I guess that's useful. Shrooms are just useful to have, because if you can like hit a wall or like, you know, hit an item, you just use it to instantly speed up. I'm not gonna use it there though, because these wigglers. They stop. Dude, that's how to not use a mushroom. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is going great. This is going absolutely how I expected it to go. So these leaf piles can drop mushrooms, like there. Yeah, they can also drop like bananas and stuff. This net at the end, oh my god, I actually got hit by the green. Oh, this is the worst.
It's terrible if you get hit
have
on
enough
that
speed to
because it
trick.
takes ages to speed back up, and you are unable to trick at low speeds.
Yep. Oh my god, that green. Okay. Now I have to be careful because I'm at the mercy of the CPUs. Right there, I slammed my wall trying to get a low cannon. Basically, oh, I got it. If you enter the cannon with lower speed, you can land faster, and you don't want air in this game. The less air you have, the better.
Every moment you are in air, you are slowing down.
Yes, I'm using the red. Yeah, take that, Donkey Kong. I'm the superior monkey. Okay. It's gonna be a tight ending. We got Koopa Troopa and the Chief Charger here. Oh, I got a box. Okay, we're ahead. I just got not choke. Ooh, good attempt at the snipe from Koops. I didn't get a trick. Where is he? Okay, we're good.
Nice. That was overall a very clean maple tree way
No, it wasn't.
for the track.
Don't lie to the people. It was a good lap 3. Good lap 3. Wait, was lap 3 when I had the meltdown? I don't know. No, it was not. Lap 2 was when I had the meltdown. We're good. It's fine.
Better
It's
than
fine.
I
We're
could
good.
do with
We
two
got this.
hands. So.
Alright. Next to Big Rumble Volcano. This is the most iconic glitch in the entire game. Maybe the most iconic glitch in any game. It's the rock. So this is Dwayne. And Dwayne's gonna take us. Dwayne's gonna be very useful to me. I almost fell. I almost didn't make it. So, Taka, would you like to explain how the GV rock works?
Absolutely. So similar to the rest of the ultra shortcuts in this game, it works by exploiting the checkpoint system. You'll notice he just jumped to first because the game thinks he already completed a full lap. And what this rock does is it lets you be on the side of the finish checkpoint on one side of the rock and outside of that limit on the other. So you can entirely trick the game into thinking that you're doing full laps when you're just going around a rock.
Is that gonna work? Okay, I didn't think it was. Yeah, and so there's a very specific like parts of the rock you have to go over for it to count the lap. I don't really know how it works. I just know that it does, and I'm very happy that it does because it's really funny.
Another challenge with that is the rock starts to, well, in Grumble Volcano in general, parts of the track start to fall away. And that rock will start falling in about 50-55 seconds, so you need to do it fairly cleanly to make
like
sure that
52. It would have started falling like right as I finished the race. It like started to fall. So you
Yeah.
have to get on quickly, and you really can't back it up. You have one chance to do it. Luckily, it isn't too bad. You just gotta, mini turbo off the ramp. and trick, and then you should get up there every time. But yeah, this is DR, Dry Ruins, not Dance Dance Revolution. And I went for a wall glitch there, and I'm bad at it one-handed. So I don't know why I'm going
very
for
challenging and technical track.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most technical tracks in the game. Those bats can be rough coming out of the cage. That was a horrible bounce. Oh my god. Oh, how did I not lose speed? Do I go for sand hop? Yes or no, Taco?
Yes, do it for the fans, for the people.
No shot! I hit that. All right, I've never attempted that one.
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough. Close enough. We're gonna count that as a win. I've never hit that one-handed.
Yeah, another challenging thing about this track is for every single vehicle in the game, traction is reduced by the sand. So you'll have some bit of outside drift. And what Rox went for there again is a wall clip, where you stick to the wall and make an instant 90-degree turn. Unfortunately, he has not hit that first or second lap. Hopefully, we'll see it on the third.
Yeah, I'm not trick. You're supposed to trick there optimally. I'm not, because if I trick there and miss it, I'm literally going to be losing years of my life. And I don't want that to happen. I'm young. I'd hope to not lose years of my life in Dry Ruins. But
and the pillars fall down through the course of this map, which give more opportunities for tricking or cutting off small segments of the track.
Yeah. All right, one last chance. No, but I got the fast fail where you hit the sand there, and you can just turn around, which is faster than going over what you're supposed to do. Is like go through the one zipper, go to the other zipper, make a sandwich. I don't know. It's still a lot faster than what the casual way is. Anyway, we're in Muyu Highway, and this is probably the scariest one for me in terms of like a non-glitch track or non-ultra shortcut track. Just because, for the very simple reason, is that we're sharing the road with, I really burnt out, a bunch of other cars. And
not only the CPUs, but
yes. Oh yeah, I forgot about the CPUs. Oh, nice double trick. That was actually incredibly clean.
It was beautiful.
So these cars are a hassle. There are certain cycles. I'm very behind the cycle. I'm supposed to be like with that truck onto the left of me. But I'm pretty far behind. So I'm not entirely sure what the cycles are going to be now.
Yeah, there are also certain turns where cars could be oncoming, and you just really need to memorize the patterns if you want to guarantee you don't get hit.
Absolutely. And another thing about like the car cycles is that, okay, I had to pay attention there. I'm gonna go wide here. All right. Is that like on time trials, they're different than versus mode in online. Like the time trial cycles are like they're the same, but they start in a different position. I think this is gonna be scary. There's gonna be another car here. All right, never mind. Maybe right. I think right here. Nope. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. All right. So I have mushrooms. However, it's really hard to use mushrooms on this track. If I get hit, I'll use them. But if I get hit, you're probably losing your mushrooms. So yeah.
Yeah, there's also no real off-road to cut off.
Yeah, and like the second half of this track is entire boost panel. And you say you take the same route through the boost panels every single time. That's just because, if you're getting a boost, you're getting a boost. Alright. Alright. I'm glad I went wide there.
Yeah,
this is where the cars can screw me over. Yeah. Alright. That was actually an incredibly clean move, too.
That was very nice, yeah. Only 2 more nitro. Actually, no, disregard that. There's several more nitro tracks left.
I started a mushroom gorge, yeah. Yeah, I started mushroom gorge again just because I wanted to get mushroom gorge glitch out of the way. Just if I'm resetting and I'm just following what I usually do. Maybe you could have started with Luigi this run, but hey, who cares? We'll spice it up a bit. Anyway, we got Bowser's Castle. This one has an ultra shortcut that is doable. One-handed, it's incredibly difficult, and especially with this vehicle. I keep burning out. I don't want to burn out. That's just a skill issue I'm having. It's fine.
On the bright side,
I'm not
you
gonna worry
get
about it.
mushrooms.
Yeah. I guess I can go for
Pretty
it
true.
once. I guess I'll go for it once. I doubt I'm gonna get it. It's really difficult with the Flame Runner. Usually people use Mach Bike, which is like the middleweight equivalent of this. But yeah, we'll see how this. Well, never mind.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, actually, I can just get here. Let's screw it. We're going for it. Alright, this like doesn't save that much time. I'm going to line it up, and doing this one-handed is going to be... Oh, that was close.
That was very
I got a
close.
good angle. Alright.
For the reason this is easier on lighter vehicles is because lighter vehicles always give more air. Typically that'd be a bad thing because you'd be slowing down more, but for this glitch you need to get as much height as possible.
Yep. And I'm not going to be going for that again just because it's so hard and really doesn't save that much. And now let's just make some catch-up. Again, not going to be using my items unless I absolutely have to. Because, like I said, hitting the L button from this position, not easy to do. It's doable, as I can like kind of claw around, but if I need to turn and use it, there's no shot.
Yeah, hitting all the inputs for this game is pretty challenging even with two hands.
Yeah, and this is one of the most difficult tracks. Two hands. Especially to time trial, like, oh god. Okay. Sure, that worked. We'll go with that. Like the time trial record of this track is the difference between like first and like the rest is so huge just because of like how technical this track is. You have to like get these good geysers at the end. You have to get a good low trick at the very beginning off that giant ramp so you don't get an enormous amount of air. The half pipe section, okay, you're supposed to get a trick there, but whatever. Oh my god! The worst part is the random greens that the CPUs come through, and they just bounce off the walls, and you just get blindsided. That wasn't really blindsided.
I knew they could be so ruthless on strategic items.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. Definitely go watch the Bowser's Castle time trial record. You can go to mkwrs.com, see all the records there, or mkleaderboards. It's either .org or .com. I can't remember, but you can see all the world records there, and that's a clean first place, clean comeback. Love to see it. And yeah, we're coming to Rainbow Road. I believe this is our last track before the break. But yeah, Rainbow Road, obviously, it's gonna be a toughie. Yeah. This is actually the only track where the world record is held with a cart. Usually, in like 99% of scenarios, carts are garbage compared to the bikes. You can make it work. Shout out to like all the amazing carters over the years who've made it work. But typically, everyone uses a bike. And that's because bikes can wheelie, they have the inside drift. Carts can snake, but it's not like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, the reason that the cart can hold the world record on this track is because there's a massive cut that you can save a ton of time at the beginning. So you can kind of leap off of the track on that massive downhill slope and skip that entire turn.
This is, yeah. It's doable. It's not, well, okay, it's not really doable with a bike. Tasked it is, I guess. Weirdly, you have to like, I don't know how to explain it. But the bike version of it is just to do a little moon jump where you just kind of skip this downward section and you just go from the top of the hill to the boost panel. That's by falling. And it's faster than just taking the boost panel. It takes like a second or two. Not worth it to bag for. You do need a mushroom for it.
It saves about a half second over just using a mushroom normally.
Well, we're doing this cut. That lost time. Kind of lost control there for a second, but it's fine. Saved it.
If you're using two hands, you can do a little jump over that dead space there and cut off that turn.
It does not save enough time for me to, warrant it with it.
It would be very risky
It'd
one-handed.
be very risky one-handed. Anyway, this remote has been clean so far. I don't want to jinx anything, which I definitely just did. But that was really, yeah.
Those were some nice tricks.
Those were some very nice tricks. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Please get the finisher out. Crap. That was close. I don't know why I was mashing there. That did nothing. These bananas, dude. CPUs are ruthless.
Even without blue shells, they keep trying to find ways to claw back.
Exactly. Not letting it happen. Alright. And yeah, 243, I'll take that. You know what? I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, that's,
Alright.
that's incredible time.
Yeah, and I would say top the timer
You
now?
want to count us down?
Oh, 3, 2, 1, go. Just so I can get ready.
Sorry, I should have prepped you a little bit for that.
It's hard to
No
count down.
worries.
I don't really know the timing for it. But yeah.
All right, chat, we're going to take a quick little wellness break here. Make sure to get up and stretch, move your legs. It's good to get your blood moving. Grab a snack, maybe a drink if you need. And we'll be right back after a short break. Real quick, though, I'm going to go over a few announcements. GDQ's Sum of Best Segments is now launched on YouTube. It's a highlight channel with regular videos like our main channel, but with small highlight reels for all our main events and hotfix. Use command hot highlights in Twitch chat to learn more. Additionally, AGDQ 2022 will be starting January 9th. Visit gamesdonequick.com for more information and detailed dates on the event. All right, stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back after a short break.
Yeah, we got retros, more crazy.
Welcome back to No Category Left Behind, the GDQ hotfix show that showcases category extension speedruns. I'm your host, Nuclear Reaction, and I've got Rox with me tonight doing some one-handed Mario Kart Wii 32 tracks. We just sped through 16 of them. Now we've got 16 more to showcase for y'all tonight. Super, super exciting. But first, a couple announcements before we hop back in. If you missed out on any GDQ hotfix shows, check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to check out our live shows, starting most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And while you're there, as a reminder, the subscriptions and bits for the month of January, minus the amount GDQ has to pay for taxes, will be donated to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Additionally, AGDQ 2022 will be starting January 9th. Visit GamesDoneQuick.com for more information and detailed dates on the event. All right, Rox, are you ready for more Mario Kart?
Yep. Oh, yeah, I need to flip my camera back. I forgot about that. Let me not make the same mistake. Hold on. Yeah.
Get a set. And for those of us maybe joining in just now, do you want to give a quick little rundown of what we've got going on here tonight?
Oh, yeah, this is Mario Kart Wii. One-handed, all 32 tracks. It's painful. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of cool strats. Less so than the Nitros. So if you're just tuning in now, I'd highly recommend going back to YouTube or going back to the VOD and watching it, because Nitros are prime gaming. I will say that, prime gaming. I'm not referring to anything else when I say that, of course. Yeah. But we're heading to the retros. They're a lot of fun. Am I good to give a countdown to start up again?
Yeah, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And with me in co-coms, of course, the wonderful Taco Wako. He may or may not stream again.
I've streamed once and it was a long time ago.
Very long time ago. Alright, we got Peach Beach. We're starting the retros off with Peach. I don't know. It's Peach Beach. It's like one of the most basic tracks in the game.
Originally from the GameCube Nintendo.
Yep, Double Dash. I guess one thing to note is that as opposed to time trials mode, the quacks chase you. Like, they are brutal. They're vicious. They will go after you, and they will not stop until you go out of the range. But they're ruthless.
They are bloodthirsty.
They are bloodthirsty, or I guess maybe not blood, but like I don't know. They just want to. How do I? I don't know what they want. I don't know what their purpose is. They just want to flip you. I don't know.
Chaos.
I don't know what. I don't know why they'd want to flip me
They
off.
just want to cause chaos. I fully believe that in my heart.
A respectable goal.
All right. Yeah, we're already on lap 3. I guess another thing to know is that, wow, I get to go inside now and save time because I don't have to go around the water that slows you down too much.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big deal in time trials. The wave rotations, how high the water is.
Yeah. Or like the tide.
Yeah. A lot of the retro tracks are a bit shorter than the nitro tracks as well.
Yep. Especially this first cup, the Shell Cup. The Shell Cup is like, it's easily the fastest cup. It's like, yeah, that was a minute and a half. This next one's like optimally less than a minute. Next one after that, less than a minute. One after it's like a minute 30, or a little longer than that, but still.
Yeah, Ghost Valley 2 is notorious for being incredibly fast. And
short.
yeah, if one bad thing happens, the entire race can be ruined.
Yeah, Yoshi Falls, another very boring track. I don't know. And yeah, that's lap 1 down, 20 seconds, 20 seconds down, 40 to go. Yoshi Falls, super basic. You can go down the waterfall there. You don't go down that one because that one goes really fast and it's really long and it's really slow to go on. But we go through this one because it's tighter and we want the tight corners and we don't want to get airtime, so we avoid that one. However, we do want airtime there because it allows me to drift without hitting the ground. If you notice, like right there, I did a jump before I started to drift. If I start to drift while I'm already in midair, I don't need to like jump to start a drift because I'm already in midair. And it's, you know, it's hard to jump on a bike when you're already in the air. It's hard to do that if you're not on a bike, actually, to jump when you're in midair. But it's really hard on a bike. I don't know if you've ever tried it. I don't recommend trying it. It won't work. Yeah, that's Yoshi Falls. And we're heading into Super Nintendo Entertainment System's Ghost Valley 2 from Super Mario Kart. Way back in... When was that released? 92? That sounds right.
I have no idea. But all the tracks from the SNES are incredibly short.
They are very short. There's only 2 in this game. However, you can get all 20 of them with CTGP, which is like a giant... I really like a mod pack, but like it's really the reason that Mario Kart Wii community is alive today. We explained it a little bit in the during the Nitro segment, but basically there's 218 new custom tracks. Like, that's a lot of custom tracks. There's 32 in the base game, 218 new custom tracks, including like retros from the old game, the ability to play online now via Wi-Fi, a whole bunch of new different game modes, like 24-player mode. That's a thing now. You can have you and 23 of your friends can play Mario Kart together. That's crazy. I barely know 23 people. You can play with every single person I know in Mario Kart. That's crazy.
Yeah, CTGP is always getting new features and getting updated, and the custom tracks are always switching out and getting updated. It's pretty incredible, all the work that goes into it. And
highly, if you're interested in Mario Kart Wii at all, I recommend checking out CTGP. I believe the website is chadsoft.co.uk. It's a, British-based site. But shouts to Mr. Bean and Chatters for their work on it for over a decade now, really. It's, kind of crazy.
And that last one was over in under a minute.
Yeah, that was like a minute. Anyway, I'm gonna back here. It's Mario Raceway. There's a lot of off-road. This is in the online scene. This is notoriously like one of the most luck-based tracks in the game. No stars or goldens or bills in this mode. We're on strategic. However, we always get triple shrooms, but it means I can do this. And that saves time, I think. I hope that saves time. I spent a lot of time setting it up, but whatever. It works. And you can chill. You can. Oh, Donkey Kong out for blood. Oh my God, who was that? King Boo. I'm using this. Please. Okay. Now my grip's weird. I need to watch out for King Boo here. You piece of garbage. No. Oh my God. Oh, triples. That's really good.
That's fortunate in 5th place. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii is definitely, for better or for worse, known for its potential where everybody can always catch up from any position, pretty much.
Yeah. It's... In terms of online play, it's like why it's regarded as like the best. Well, it's not the reason why it's the best. It's the best because it's my favorite. Well, that's not the reason everyone thinks it's the best. And it's not the reason it's the best. It's my favorite. That is a completely different reason. There's a reason it... I'm going to stop talking about this. I don't want to get the chats heated about the best Mario Kart. Oh, God. What have I done? It's this one, by the way. Anyway.
What's your
one last
favorite
cut.
track?
Track?
Yeah.
My favorite's Koopa Cape. A lot of people don't like, I don't know, Koopa Cape that much. We have my 2 least favorites coming up back to back next, though.
Woo.
We like to call it track 32 and track 31, because like nobody likes these tracks. But yeah, Raceway's done. That was really bad Raceway. Whatever. It happens.
I'm pretty sure one of the tracks that Rox is referring to is Sherbet Land.
Absolutely.
And that is another track in which your traction is severely reduced for almost any vehicle driving on it.
Right here. This track, I despise this track. There's multiple reasons. The ice is one of them. But it's just like long and boring. It's like slippery. I don't know. I just don't like it. And also because I'm bad at it. So it might just be a skill issue, but...
I can imagine with one hand that the ice physics here are a lot more difficult.
Yeah, but it's also my least favorite two-handed because, I don't know, I just think it's boring. They could have done a lot more with it. Like, look at that. There's nothing back there except like 2 penguins. There's this cave section that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
One thing you can do on this track is hop over the cracks since the road's turns are so tight. But that's also pretty challenging one-handed.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'll go for a few. It's just like, I'm mostly just been cutting it as close as I can, just to get the best lines as I can. Because obviously, fastest point, or the fastest way to get from one point to another is by a straight line. So the straighter I can make that line, the faster I make that line is, or something along those lines. That was supposed to make sense. It made more sense in my head. Oh. Yeah, that was worth it. I didn't have to let go of acceleration. I hope I don't get redded now.
Yeah, it'd be funny if Bowser Jr. just pulls a red now.
Oh, Bowser Jr. looks like just hit a penguin or something. Alright, also this turn is like super tight for some reason, for no good reason. I don't know. Online it's not fun.
Especially since you have to make it inside the large penguins that are just walking around those pillars.
One more lap.
Yep, there's certainly
just
not
driving
too
on.
much going on here.
Oh my, I got really lucky there. Please! Okay. That was closer than it should have been. Yeah, my lines haven't been amazing. Time trial community probably not very proud of me. I could be doing a lot better, but hey, do it one-handed.
Yeah, all things considered, for one-handed, these lines are looking spicy.
I've considered doing like a competitive event with one hand, like a free-for-all type thing, but then I realized item play doesn't exist with one hand. It's so difficult to use items. So like having to hold a banana out while, you know, I would have to like do this or something and like drive with my palm. And yeah, that's not happening. This is already difficult enough. Also, second least favorite track in the game, Shy Guy Beach. Banana Cup just has some bangers of tracks. These are not 2 of them. Also, I am purposely bagging here I wasn't, but then I burned out, so now I am. The problem with bagging on this track is that the first set is really far away. I have to play really poorly for a really long amount of time. But, yeah. Cut that off. I don't know. So, remember when I mentioned earlier in Peach Beach that the water really slows you down? This is major example of it. The water here slows you down. Like, wow, Bowser Jr. just got parasoled. That was funny. Oh, these crabs. These crabs are also... I don't know if they're and they feel like it. And yeah.
Any track like this that has sand all over it is bound to have a whole loss of traction. It just makes it a whole lot harder to drive.
Yeah, and on that one singular ramp in this entire level, the one very minuscule point of elevation. Oh, there's two actually. I just skipped this one. I'm going for a low trick where if you jump and jump and trick at the same time, you get super low air. That's not exactly how it works, but it's something like that. You get super low air, and like I said earlier, you don't want air in this game. Air is bad. You want to stay on the ground as much as possible.
There's another track coming up later, Bowser's Castle 3 from the Game Boy Advance, I believe, where low tricks are very popular and used very often to minimize time.
You'll see me attempt them. So after two of the worst tracks in the game, we have, in my opinion, two of the best tracks in the game. Delfino Square, classic Mario Kart DS. Everyone knows Delfino Square. Everyone loves Delfino Square. And I guess this is a good time to introduce chain wheelies. Talk if you want to explain what chain wheelies are.
Absolutely. So how wheelies work in this game is when you are wheeling, you will gradually speed up until you hit a max speed. And when you're at that max speed, you can only stay in a wheelie for so long, and then that wheelie will automatically cancel. A chain wheelie is when you start another wheelie on the same frame that the last wheelie cancels, so you don't lose very much of that speed. For every frame longer that you don't hit that next wheelie, you lose pretty significant speed, and that ends up leading to a pretty large issue on this track for time trials in particular. Because
I hit a chain there. That was a good chain.
Yeah, a single missed chain can account for, I think it's almost a fifth of a second. I could be wrong on that number, but it's a pretty significant amount.
Yeah, it's a decent amount. It's at the level of optimization where time trials are today, they're definitely important. And right here, you saw me do it lap one. It's the dock shortcut. Saves a decent amount. Shroomless, of course, because I'm not using a shroom. Therefore defining it as shroomless. Yeah, it's not too bad. You just kind of wheel it off the edge there, and you can make it onto the dock. And coming to lap 3 of Delfino.
Yeah, this is super clean though.
Another chain. Yeah, it's been good Delfino so far. If you're not doing the dock shortcut, it's actually faster to go straight here. However, because I am doing the dock shortcut, it's just easier to line up going to the left side. Hopefully I can 3 for 3 though, so that'd be really nice. Nice. I didn't start the drift. That's unfortunate. Whatever. It's fine. Still save time. That's really all that matters. It's time save. And right here, off of big jumps like that, I don't want to. First off, I don't want to land in the off-road. Second off, I want to make sure I land as cleanly as possible. I did, like you saw me have this awful, big, horrible, disgusting, ugly bounce at the end of that. You don't want to bounce because that's airtime, obviously, and you're not like accelerating using all of your boost from the trick. You're like bouncing using part of your boost in the bounce. Lame and stupid, and it's not fun. But yeah. Next up, we got Waluigi. I love Waluigi.
Who doesn't love Waluigi?
Good question. A lot of people actually.
Smash Brothers.
Fair enough.
Smash Brothers. All right. Waluigi is incredibly technical. Starting with that, where I just took the turn super inside. Right here, I'm doing this wall bounce trick thing that could have gone a little cleaner. I kind of got stuck in the wall. But air is not good in this game, as we've said multiple times. Please get up to the zippers. So if you trick, then slam off the wall, you get down to the ground instantly. Because it's like hitting a wall, because that's what it is. That's what you're doing. You're hitting a wall. It's not like hitting a wall. It is hitting a wall. So you just like fall, and if you're don't hit that. And so you can just land instantly and get the entirety of your trick boost, and it saves a decent amount of time.
This is another slightly important thing to talk about. So when you get hit by something small in this game, like a banana, or if you get shocked, that'll slow you down to a pretty slow speed, but you're not stopped. But you still want to slow down to a stop to do a standstill mini turbo. The reason for that is that acceleration on the Flame Runner in particular is incredibly bad, so you're actually better off just doing a standstill mini turbo to get back to almost full speed than to just drive normally.
Very true. Usually, like, my rule of thumb with it is that, like, if you can drift, you don't need to. If you can't, you need to. But usually just do it anyway to get safe, because even if you really don't need to, it's better safe than sorry in this instance. That was a bad turn, that was really wide. But yeah. Ooh, that was cleaner. I didn't want a side trick. The different types of tricks you get in this game are based off of what direction on the D-pad you hit. I'm playing on GameCube controller. D-pad's really tiny. That was not the worst attempt I've ever done with that wall glitch. You can do a wall glitch there, similar to Dry Ruins, but it's immensely harder. Like, only the super top time travelers and Wi-Fi players go for it. I just went for it for fun. I almost got it. I wasn't really an almost. I wasn't really close, but it was a good attempt. Anyway, that's Waluigi. We're heading into the Leaf Cup, starting with Desert Hills. Desert Hills is another track I'm going to be bagging on. There's an Ultra. I'm not going to be going for the Ultra because, I don't know. It's really stupid and really hard. You have to, like, clip a wall.
Yeah, it's very precise. And you
Ultra
need
circuits you have to clip a wall are, like, not worth it for full runs.
Yeah, they're super inconsistent with the precision required.
Yeah, but I am still going to be bagging because there's a massive, massive cut at the very end. Yeah, at the end of the thing that saves on time. However, it's really difficult one-handed just to control where you're going. But we'll see how it goes.
And anything using items in one-handed is incredibly challenging. But with a well-timed mushroom here, you can skip both of those hills of sand and save a massive amount of time.
Yeah, like, you can already kind of see my lead. That was the worst attempt at a soft drift I've ever done in my life.
And to reiterate, soft drifting is when you hold the control stick 45 degrees instead of 90 degrees, and that will make you turn slower, but it will still give you the same maximum progress towards getting a mini turbo out.
Exactly. Let's try this again. I'm gonna wait before using the shroom.
Now, ideally, what will happen with this cut here is you shroom on the first hill, and then when you hit the second hill, you bounce up and fly over the rest of it, because the mushroom won't last long enough to go over both of the hills.
Yeah, I just had to use that mushroom there because I wasn't paying attention and went to the off-road. Alright. So, I have to do this last section normally, which is actually really difficult with one hand. The traction, it's a sandy track, so the traction's, you know, all sorts of crazy. And, yeah, just getting through all this, it's, I don't know. It's, this, what is that thing called? Lava bubble? I have no idea.
Yeah, those were nice drifts at the end, though. Taking care of that. There's a whole lot of tracks in this game that reduce your traction.
Yes, there are a lot.
At least one more that will be coming up is N64 DK's Parkway.
Yep. But right now, this is the big one. BC3. I'm gonna be bagging here again. Because We're going to be going for some. Dude. Who hits that wall? We're gonna be going for something. We're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be doing it. You'll see what's about to happen. Okay, I'm not gonna go for any more lows because that was scary.
That is exactly what a successful low trick looks like. They can be pretty scary on this track though, because if you do it too low, you'll just go straight into the lava.
Okay, I need a. Yes. Okay. Yep. Just use the shroom, cut off the entire thing. It doesn't look like I saved too much because, you know, that Bowser Jr. is kind of far ahead of me. But if I can hit it quick enough on the next few laps, it'll definitely be worth it in the end.
I think it saves about 6 seconds optimally.
Optimally, yeah, it's around that. There's a way you can do it on the platform before I did it, but it's a lot more precise, a lot more difficult. And there's also a way you can do it shroomless from that same platform without stopping, which is like super precise. They've only like recently, like within the past few months, been implementing into the time trial records, and it's super crazy. Oh, that was clean.
Those were 3 perfect low tricks.
Okay, I gotta go fast before I get bumped. Nice. Okay.
Perfect. Something that's a bit different about this shortcut compared to the others is there is no checkpoint glitch here. There is just no key checkpoint that you need to pass in that little U-turn there. So you're just not skipping any checkpoints at all.
Yep. It's still considered a different category, but it's not like an ultra shortcut. It's still it's just a shortcut.
It's still a shortcut category.
Yeah. It's one of those gray area type things.
Yeah, and this shortcut is also pretty interesting because there's so many different ways you can do it. You can also do this exact same shortcut shroomless, but it's more challenging and less consistent, especially one-handed. And you can also do it from another platform back, but that is also significantly more challenging then.
All right. 3 for 3. That's nice.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. That one
was being really inconsistent. It's hard to line that up one-handed.
And then you can see on the mini map how far ahead of the CPU
yeah, you can see how much exactly that saves doing that 3 laps in a row. But yeah. So next up, we got Parkway. Taco was explaining earlier how this is one of those other, you know.
Yeah, this one's a bit strange because it does not look like you would have reduced traction on this compared to the others. Because the previous ones that did have reduced traction, they were deserts or super sandy or sherbet land. But this one just has reduced traction because it's dirt.
Yeah.
It's another rather challenging one to drive, especially the shortcut at the end, which I don't think is actually implemented here. Because, yeah, you don't have
definitely doesn't save enough. Yeah, it definitely doesn't save enough to bag for it. But also, this is just one of those super difficult to drive with Flame Runner. This is like notoriously, I hit that notoriously the mock bike track. Mock bike, of course, being like the middleweight equivalent to the Flame Runner, just because of its tighter drift. A decent amount of tracks, not all of them, not most of them. Most of them are Flame Runner, but a decent amount use them for like time trials, or it's like more optimal on that track. Some also use the spear, which is just if you want to go in a straight line, it'll get the job done. If you want to do anything else, it won't.
Yeah, of course. The main downside of the spear is the absolutely dismal drift stat. You turn so slowly when you're using that thing.
Yeah, the drift, the acceleration.
But
it's
the speed is
yeah.
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like the speed when wheeling consistently is the highest in the game.
Yeah.
The jet setter, which is a cart, does have a slightly higher speed stat, but it's much harder to actually use that to your advantage when you can't wheelie like you can in a bike.
Yep. Chat's asking for me to do B button only. I'm not doing B button only. I should explain that. There's this great
one-handed driving backwards.
One-handed driving backwards, B button only. There's this meme that's specifically on this track. A bunch of people like to race B button only, which is where it's exactly what it says. You play the track, but only with the B button, meaning you have to go in reverse the entire time, and then like turn yourself around when you get to the cannon somehow and like use that boost to get to the. It's funny. It's really funny. I'm not doing it. I do have an estimate I have to meet, and I would prefer not to spend 10 minutes on this track. Hate to disappoint.
Yeah, of course, with boost panels, doing B only is even harder because as soon
that's
as you
an awful
touch the
pow.
that's terrible placement. As soon as you hit a boost panel, it'll send you forward no matter what button you're holding. So those are especially challenging when driving backwards.
All right. Next up, we get GC and Mario. This is another track I'm gonna be bagging on, just because there's a pretty decently sized shortcut at the very beginning. It's super inconsistent, but also, yeah, if I can get it, it saves enough time. It's inconsistent on one hand, specifically because turning, as I mentioned earlier, turning. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just turning. All right, let's do it. Get some height. Nice. Turn. Nice.
Yeah, if you do a perfect wheelie off of that slope on the edge of the road, you will ideally get enough height so that when you, enough airtime, so that when you land and use a shroom the moment you land, you'll be able to make it back to the road with a fairly tight turn and cut off the maximum amount of space.
No, dude. Okay. Okay, you know what? No more mushrooms. That was an unfortunate red. So, another thing to note is that we mentioned earlier how... What enemy was it? Some enemy. Lock on... The Cataquacks in Peach Beach. They attack you. They're vicious in versus mid. The Piranha Plates are the same way, as well as the Chain Chomp. In time trials, they're on a cycle. In versus mode, if you pass them, they're gonna go for you. So you gotta be careful of that. Right here, I'm gonna try to do a double trick. Nice. There's a faster way we get like super low air on the second one, but you know what? Good enough.
And that's very challenging, or maybe even impossible to consistently get on time trials.
Yeah, there's this thing in this game called QM. It's quantum mechanics, which is basically just randomness. It's like the way you bounce when you hit the track. And sometimes you get a bad bounce, sometimes you get a good bounce, sometimes you don't bounce. And, wow, I didn't get air there. And I don't know if this is QM, I just thought that's important to mention. But yeah. Heading into the final full cup of the run.
Yep, 6 more tracks left total.
Yep. Because we started in Mushroom Gorge, so we have still to do Luigi Circuit and Moo Moo Meadows at the end. The super exciting finale of Moo Moo Meadows. But yeah, we got SNES, Mario Circuit 3.
The second of the 2 SNES tracks in this game.
I instantly screwed up. That was instantly bad. I can get... I'm gonna use that, just... Oh god. Okay. I just wanted this. I hope I don't... Okay, good, I hit Birdo. I almost hit myself. Alright, 1 shroom, that's whatever. Screw it! Hey, what can go wrong? Okay, that went wrong. That could go wrong. Note to self, don't do that.
That is the spot where mushrooms are typically used in time trials. That's the place where you can cut off the most off-road.
Okay, so... Oh my god, King Boo. Out for blood. Oh my god, the green. Okay. The CPUs are...
dodge right there.
Oh my god. Luigi, slow on me. We call that a slow on, where someone's going... Are you kidding me, dude? Can I please play the game? I'm standing still. Let's do a standstill. Yeah, we call it a slow on, where someone's going so slow and holding an item, and you just run into them because you're just going faster than them. And because
A lot with CPUs.
I have a brain and I'm not a computer, programmed interestingly, to say the least, I was outspeeding Luigi. I can still win this race. Don't count me out. We're not going to do the same mistake I did last time. There's another shoot spot.
Happen on SNES MC3.
Anything can happen on SNES MC3. Especially that. Please have enough. I didn't have enough. I lost time doing that. I'm getting 9th. That was quite an unfortunate race.
That was terribly rough.
All right. Next up, we got Peach Gardens, and this one I'm also going to be bagging on for the sole reason of the cut at the very beginning, like the second turn. There's like a hedge, not a hedge, like a grass maze thingy. And yeah, it's just faster to bag for it and skip it. If I can get the mushrooms in time. Right here, this is the hedge maze. It's not really a maze, it's just kind of laid out like, you know, squares. This is the path I take through it. There's technically a faster way to do it, but this is the way I like to do it. It's just easier with one hand. It's just, you know, 2 turns in a wheelie. Yeah, this is a nice peaceful track. The chomps can be annoying. If you hit a chomp, you lose your mushrooms, so you don't want to do that. This is, like, traction lost city. That ending section. The moles.
Yeah, that dirt acts the same way as N64 DK's Parkway ground. Something a little interesting about this track is the Spear actually has the world record here. It's the fastest vehicle for this track.
And not only that, but Automatic Spear has the world record for it.
Yes, which is very rare.
The only track in the game where automatic is faster. So I'm playing a manual drift, as you can see by the mini turbos. Please don't hit me, chain jump. This is the only track where automatic's faster because on this ledge where I just jumped over, the spear can like, well, there's a few reasons. First off, the spear you usually can't jump in automatic, but you can jump if you, like, 1 frame to the next, move your joystick from the complete left to complete right. You can do a full jump with automatic spear. And that's important in that one section. And another reason is that usually if you turn in a wheelie, you lose a ton of speed on manual. In automatic, you don't do that, and you can keep your wheeling. So through this hedge maze, what the world record does is it basically just lines it up and just wheelies through the entire thing, and just turns inch by inch ever so slightly. Doesn't do that, yeah, it saves a decent amount of time over a manual, even without the mini turbo. Alright. Next up. Well, that's Peach Gardens. Pretty peaceful. But next up, we got DK Mountain.
This is another one of the harder tracks in the game for sure.
Absolutely. This is a lot of tight turns and a shortcut that's very easy with 2 hands. One-handed, not so much. It's like, yeah. All right. Oh, Daisy, what are you doing? I'm actually back here. No, I'm not going. No. Yeah, I'll back here, actually. I'm gonna go for this once and once only. I should get like the 6th. Yeah.
Or are you going for the glitch?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it once.
Nice.
Chance of me hitting it are 0%. Alright, 1 turn. That's good enough. Chance of me hitting it, maybe negative 3%. But basically, you can do a cool thing. I'm not gonna be able to save time with it. Yeah, not even close. You can just like kind of cut through that wall, and you can land all the way down here, and it saves a grand total of not enough.
Yeah, you can clip through that wall that is between the zipper and the fence. It's rather inconsistent. Well, it's very consistent if you line it up perfectly, but it's very precise. And especially on one hand, that's very challenging to actually pull off.
Alright. So, we're not... This is like the one exception to like the not wanting airtime rule. I did not want to trick there, I just wanted to really... just because of how bouncy this, like, you know, is. We just want to like keep our mini turbo, then like wheelie and like cut off a bunch. Alright,
And that's the shortcut.
Yeah, that's the cut.
Yeah.
That it
You need
is
to slow down for it a
it's
fair
sort of the
amount.
fastest version of it. Obviously, like, you know, some crazy people can do some crazy things, like going full speed around a bend and then, you know, saving a lot of time with it. But for normal people, the strat's just to slow down a little bit, just so you can make the tighter turn, rather than like looping all the way around and doing, you know. What was that?
This is definitely a track where the tighter turns of the mock bike are
Also, that can
useful,
happen.
even with the slower speed.
Yeah.
That also will make the cut a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh, especially doing it fast. And it makes the glitch easier as well. I just failed that. No, I didn't. That was close, though.
Oh, nice, nice.
I thought I failed it.
Yeah, if you jump at a bad time, you can keep your momentum in this game, and sometimes that momentum is in a not very pleasurable direction.
Yep. Alright. Next up, we got Oh, that was DK Man. Next up, we got BC64. You'd think this is the last, You'd think this is the last, you know, track of the run. But no, we still got 2 more after this. I started with Mushroom Gorge. Did the glitch. If you missed it, youtube.com/GameStoneQuick, I believe. I think that's a channel. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. And yeah. Okay. Next up we got... next up. Currently, BC64. Technically the longest track in the game. Another thing to notice about this track compared to just time trials mode is that the thwomps, the midair ones at the very beginning of the level, they like attack you. Attack is not the right word, but
Yeah, in time trial mode, they'll just follow a set pattern, but in this, they'll try and land right in front of you.
Yep.
And that's just generally true for whenever you're playing in versus compared to time trial.
Alright. Nice.
Nice. So this is the rail cut where you can skip off that last turn now.
Nice.
That was super
Alright.
clean.
That was really clean. I didn't even get a spin drift there. You can do a spin drift, which is semi-advanced tech, which is basically like it's kind of hard to explain, but like you like jump, move the stick to one side, then to the other side, and you can get like a tighter drift. It's hard to explain, and I'm not the best at explaining in the first place. But it's hard to do one-handed.
Yeah, I believe it also gives you a bit more air, and that can be very useful for a spin drift
especially,
sometime.
yeah, especially on that where it's really, if you just drift normally, it's really easy to hit the sidewall and just like lose all your speed. And yeah, I almost just fell off.
Oh no.
That was like the first major mistake of the run. Dang. That was my fault. The other ones I can blame on the CPUs. That one I can't. That was just me being bad. Nice chain. Or not a chain. Chain drift, whatever.
Those lava pillars have deceptively large hitboxes, and they can
Oh my
easily
God.
just knock you right into the lava.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when you can hit the wall and lose all your speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that pal. Alright. Go to the left here, avoid those. And then... yeah. Nice!
In more competitive play, due to how tight these turns are and how little vision you have around the walls, it's super easy to lay item traps around.
Yeah.
And that makes it pretty easy for whoever's in front to break away from the rest of the pack.
I went too tight there. That's a new one. I actually don't get too tight. Alright. 3 for 3 on the rail? No. Okay.
So close.
We're just gonna do this. Probably should have done a standstill, but you know what? We're good enough. That could have sub 3. That would be nice if I got a sub 3 one-handed. I don't think I've done that yet. That was not awful except for falling off and the rail did last ton, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, 2 for 3 on
2 more
the rail
tracks!
is pretty nuts.
The 2 most exciting tracks in the game, Luigi Circuit, everyone's favorite, and the Moon Meadows, everyone's second favorite. The absolute perfect
Luigi
finale.
and Mario Circuit are boring enough that they didn't even bother making different music for them.
Yeah,
They're the only 2 tracks in the game that have the exact same soundtrack.
true. And it's like, it's an okay song. There's worse.
Yeah,
It's a good
It does
circus
its
game.
job.
Yes, it does its job. It's a good way of putting it. Yeah. This has been a fun run. It's been a good run too. I'm not entirely sure because I forgot to pause my timer during the break, so I don't know if it would have PB'd. It is timed by in-game time, so technically it still might actually be an IGT PB, but an RTA not PB. All right, but yeah, this is a really good run so far. A few blunders at the beginning, but the retros overall were very clean. And yeah, I just did that way too early.
And RTA is about 119 then. Currently.
Yeah, so this is definitely pretty raced on by a decent amount.
Nice.
But we're almost on Luigi circuit. Just got this one. Oh no, this is gonna be rough. Okay.
It might have hit
No.
you from the side even if you were able to
think
pull
that-
the mushroom out.
Yeah, I know. I just lost a King Boo. I'm sad.
That's unfortunate.
My disappointment is sad. That's not what I meant to say at all. Moon Meadows. Everyone's favorite track.
The grand finale.
The grand finale. The moment you've all been
Exciting
waiting for.
finisher.
Cows. All right. So, Moon Meadows, pretty basic. It's just, oh my god, Luigi. Stealing my box. With the
I don't know where you
draft.
got all that speed from.
Yeah, piece of garbage. Despicable.
Despite this track having a lot of grass, shrooms save a bit of time, but not as much as you'd expect.
Okay. Well, what I tried to go for there is a super low trick. Low trick, that ramp is not a low trick as like, it's like it's not a normal low trick. What you have to do is go to the very side of it and have like one wheel on, one wheel off. Or like, I guess half a wheel on, half a wheel off. And I forgot I don't have a shrooms. I just almost did the shroom strat. And you know, sometimes you get a low trick. I'm really bad at it. Especially with one hand.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you
There
do
we go. That
mess
was
up,
low
oh,
risk.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately,
blow
if
it
you
up.
do mess up, you can just miss the boost entirely and get caught in the grass.
Yeah, or another common thing to do is just not get a trick. Oh yeah, we're gonna have our final lap. Time's gonna come up when across the finish line. Thank you so much, GDQ and Nukes, for hosting this and having me on. Had a great time. Thank you all for watching. But yeah, appreciate you all. I'll see if I can hit this one last low. I need to avoid these moles. That was not the low. And I didn't
Close
get enough
enough.
bounce. Alright, and time's gonna be in 3, 2, 1, now.
GG.
All right.
GG.
That was incredible. I'm super impressed by everything that just happened during this whole run.
That was amazingly done.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I did that. Oh, I'm still upside down. Let
You're
me not be
upside down?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still upside down.
All right.
Look at all the tricks he can do.
yeah, I'm just upside down. I was doing that entire thing one-handed upside down. New category.
I want to give both of you a chance to let everyone in chat know where to find you and maybe what they can expect if they go to your Twitch channels.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/rocks_. Hopefully one day I'll get rid of the underscore, but you know what? As of now, it's still rocks_. You'll see me do a lot of, I don't know. I do a lot of stuff. A lot of speedrunning. Recently, I've been doing a lot of Mario Galaxy 2 speedrunning. I've been going for doing some 120, which is like most of the stuff in that game. I play a lot of Mario Kart Wii. Online, I've been trying to get back into it. What else do I play? Kirby. If you like Kirby, speedrun Kirby. Who doesn't like Kirby? And yeah, that's where to find me. Taco?
Thank you. I am Taco Waco 8 on Twitter. I don't really stream. I did once, but I haven't really since. But yeah, please follow rocks_ on Twitch. It's a great place. Great guy.
Please follow Taco Waco on Twitter and on Twitch. Get him the most followed Twitch user who doesn't stream. That's a great goal. All right. Yeah, thank you guys so much for
Reach
having
for
me.
the sky.
Yeah, it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
This
Yeah,
isn't.
thank you
I had a great
both.
time. Yeah.
Thank you both for coming on. This was a really incredible run. Again, I did post that in chat. Make sure to follow Rox at twitch.tv/Rox ROX_. And yeah, that's unfortunately that's it for tonight. But thank y'all for hanging out and chatting. This has been a great show. Reminder that AGDQ 2022 will be starting January 9th. Visit gamesdonequick.com for more information and detailed dates on the event. Tune in Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Game Masters, featuring Castlevania 2 and Super Metroid, followed by Time Capsule with Prince of Persia and Shadow of the Colossus. Thank y'all both again, and everyone have a great night. Goodbye.
Great night. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.